Hi, John. So what do you have in front of you?
We have a power washer.
Yep. So we end up with these power washers on a regular basis, and I kind of tend to turn them down. And the reason being is that a power washer's output shaft is 7/8, and that really doesn't match up with very many things. But these GCV 160s are just little 4.4 horsepower, little power horse motors, and I couldn't turn it down to try and put it in something. These are a really unique design. They're an overhead cam design. They have an internal cogged belt that's inside of them. They're really unique. I'll post up a link down in the description. But I think that Amazon was stalking my phone the other day, because all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this showed up on my phone as a Amazon advertisement. It's a 7/8 by 3.5 inch pulley, keyed, and it even has a hex nut. So I found that to be an overwhelmingly interesting irony that showed up on my phone while I was discussing this problem with a friend of mine. But a dead power washer doesn't do us much good without something to put it in, right?
Yeah.
So what do you think we have for a lawn tractor that's about the right size for that power wash motor? Can you think of a small lawn tractor we have that we could put it in?
I think I'm the smallest.
Well, what's the smallest one? Go show me. So is there a tractor you've asked me for many, many years to get up and running for you?
Yes.
Yes? So what is it? Can you show us? So this little thing is a Yardman lawn bird that John has plagued me for years to get back up and running. It's got a Peerless 600 in it. The motor is an 8 horsepower, if I remember right. It had all kinds of very stupid issues, and we're going to see if we can get this out of here. I've actually technically never driven this machine. It ran for about 15 minutes when I brought it home, and I got waylaid and it never ran again. So what do you think? You want to try and put a power washer motor in it?
Yep.
Alright.
And guys, I think there's actually a video on this that we have put in the past.
Yep, a very old tractor hunt video.
Yes.
Okay, you ready? Okay, nice and easy, first gear, here we go. Gotta turn the other way. Okay, straighten it out. Before I go too much further, I'd like to go and do a shout out to a fellow YouTuber and friend, Parts and Pieces. A lot of the idea for this build came from a unit that he built. And I'll post up a couple of pictures and stuff, and basically he ended up stuffing a push mower Predator into his mud mowing rig. It's an amazing rig. I'll make sure there's a link in the description for his channel. He does some really cool junkyard builds. So go check him out. Alright, so we've got it all cleaned off now, so that you can see the motor and stuff. You can see down there where the transmission shifter is. And here's the little 7 horsepower Briggs & Stratton. I do believe this is the original stock motor. Unfortunately, if I remember right, this thing is utterly toast and a waste of time to bring back. And if you're looking for the tag on these, they're right here in the front of the frame. They're not underneath the back seat like most tractors are nowadays. And there we are. So we'll push it in. We'll see what we can do with it. Alright, so let's get in here and take a look. So this is the original deck system stuff here. So this is where our clutch is coming down from up top. That clutch comes back here to a pivot. This rod here goes to our brake back there. So that's our brake caliper that we're going to have to get into. So this is our drive belt coming back through and going around that pulley, then coming back and into here and around. So what's interesting is these came with a version of a double clutch. There's a pulley here and a pulley here that this went around, and these are drastically rusted. They definitely do not seem to be spinning at all. That Kevlar belt is just in amazing condition. And that right there is the reason why it is that I switched to blue Kevlar on almost everything. Look at how cool that belt is. So here's our steering box where it comes down. And that comes through here to this shaft right here to the front knuckle. It works kind of like an MTD setup for steering. So there we go. And there's one of our engine mount bolts there. So what we're going to do at this point is I have no hope whatsoever for this pulley actually coming off of here. But we're going to take off anything that is deck related to get it out of the way. This tractor is never ever going to mow ever again. So we're just going to take all that stuff off first. So at this point, the motor is loose. The compendium of stuff to do with the deck is out. This is really interesting. It's a rebuildable pulley held together with hex heads. I think I'm going to save that because that's pretty cool. And John right now is working on cutting out the gas line.
Why is this so powerful? I thought it would be rotted.
Well, apparently this was made with some pretty good stuff. I also found this interesting. These straps are glue together straps. I don't know whether that's factory and this thing has really never been torn apart, but I thought that was interesting.
Oh yeah, you have turned apart in the past. We're just gonna have to get up and running.
So, did you get it?
Nope.
Okay. You want me to try?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, I can't do it on camera without shaking. That is a horribly strong hose.
You want me to hold the camera?
Alright, well, let's see here. We'll take half of it. Man, I can't even do half. What is that hose made out of? Here, hold that. There you go.
Sorry, guys.
Okay, let's try that again. And these are my lifetime guaranteed Duralast. There we go. Holy cow, what a hose.
Okay, here, on the camera.
Alright, so we're going to take this apart. On a side note, is it me, or does that just absolutely scream drag racing lawn tractor gas tank? I think that would be a great upgrade. I mean, this is my drag racer for over on RCG Racing, and I really like this little itty bitty tank that I use, but it's not quite big enough if you do more than about 3 runs. What do you guys think? I'll make sure there's a picture over in the community tab of this project. Alright, so we got the pump undone. You can buy these pumps, by the way, for around $70 to $90 if you shop around and stuff. So you can repower one of these when the pump blows out, but at the price of a new one, it's not worth it. So this was mounted with these. These, by the way, if you're ever trying to do this yourself, turned out to be 9mm hex heads. I've never seen 9mm hex heads before. That was a new one for me. So we got the Venturi undone, which is right here. If you ever knock this loose, by the way, it goes to this little piece down here. So now we're going to grab this and we're going to, whoa, see if that'll come off. I've never taken one of these apart before, so I guess the answer is that just slipped right on and came right off there. Cool. That was a lot easier than I was expecting. Alright, so at this point, we've torn every unnecessary thing off of the engine. We've run into a problem here where the exhaust comes out that it's not going to clearance this. So we're going to have to create some sort of custom exhaust. That's no big deal. On the intake here, we've got the front mount is hitting. I'm not overly worried about this thing as far as pulling up dirt and grime and stuff is concerned, because it uses this style of filter. So if I cut into, which direction is it? If I cut into that bottom piece, it's actually going to be on the other side of the filter that it's drawing from anyway. So we're going to cut this right here all the way over on this lip piece and maybe half this, so it'll make it over this mount. And then we'll try and bolt it in. Alright, so at this point we're about to go and bring everything down. I just wanted to show you what we ended up doing. We had to cut the airbox out a little bit. We've rerouted this so that we're using the original tank, because on this, the tank is part of the hood assembly, so we wanted to try and keep the stock look. On the other side over here, we inverted the muffler and found that it actually fit, which got the output for the muffler away from the pedal, which was something that John said made him uncomfortable. And then if we come around and we look in underneath, there is our Stens pulley. I'll make sure there's a link in the description. As you can see, the people that made this engine made the mounting bolt holes just a little bit smaller. Every hole had to be reamed out and then it fit. So it was really close, but not quite. The Stens pulley is a little bit bigger than the stock pulley was, so we had to purchase a belt that was a size bigger in order to go and put in here. But we should be good to go from here. Oh, that's interesting. Why did it do that?
Right out gas?
No. Hi, John, come here. Alright, so not the fastest project we've ever done. Definitely has a few little things to work out. The block is on here because I'm 6'1", and even I have a hard time getting to where this clutch actually goes. So we've got to build a contraption here for John to be able to press on in order to hit that. Obviously the transmission is a little wonky. John has played on this thing dead in the dooryard for going on 6 years now. So it's got a little learning curve to go with it, but thank you.